All right, man, look. Allegedly, there's a failed attempt for the get back for DThang's death, allegedly. Now, the guy that was killed 2 hours after DThang got killed, the one they call Seneca Price, who was 39 years old, he was shot to death on the 100 block of West 155th Harvey, Illinois on June 6, 2021. Now, this failed hit was something that's having a lot of people spouting and speaking right now. This failed hit was a receipt that was sent to me by the cousin of Seneca Price. This ain't, now the cousin is not the one who exactly sent it to me. One of my supporters who got it from the cousin who put out a public statement. Now, a lot of bloggers ain't talking about it. Let's talk about it the right way. Now, the failed hit got a lot of people was saying like OTF, they got retaliation, allegedly. It was get back. Now, this man allegedly might be involved with DThang, but his cousin made a statement. Let me read the statement before I go in. Now, she said, my cousin was at home with his wife and kids when someone shot him through a window. This has nothing to do with retaliation, a club, Dirk, or a shootout. He had just taken his kids to play a stop the violence basketball game prior to this DThang situation and before his death. Now, when all this happened, all the info is wrong, and they are trying to misguide everyone with this information because they caused his death by bringing killers to my cousin's home so my cousins could identify them for a previous altercation. She's saying the cops did this. The cops literally took, I guess, the so-called killers, the so-called people who's gonna step on this dude allegedly for DThang or whatnot. The cops were the ones who brought these niggas to Cynthia Price. Let me say his name properly. Seneca Price. I want to get the man's name right if we're gonna do that. Rest in peace to Mr. Price. Now, Mr. Price seems to be a victim of foul play by a lot of police playing the dirty tactics of picking sides out here in the streets. Let's go deep more into this. Now, she's saying they brought the killers to her cousin's home so he could identify the killers from a previous altercation where some of the shooters pulled a gun on his son. Yeah, Mr. Price got a young son out here. The so-called killers who killed him pulled out a gun earlier on his child, educational purpose. Now, she's saying that the shooters, after pulling the gun on the son, Harvey Police Department was responsible for this, and they know exactly what they did. Now, we know a lot of cops get paid under the table, allegedly. A lot of motherfuckers is connected to each other, and when certain things get down in the city because of that connection, this ain't no secret. Cops and street niggas got a lot of ties with each other. Political people, this ain't just a wire we talking about. A lot of these cops, they got vested interest into a lot of these folks, a lot of this city. So a lot of these dudes is looking at it as a situation where I'm going to make a name for myself. And I'm going to do what I got to do to look out. Maybe they heard word on this Price nigga, this altercation that took place. They never specified names. So it could be anybody he was connected with and he was watching like that. So my nigga is looking back like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to call the boys and say it's such and such. And you can't sometimes fault the killer because maybe if the killers got word that this nigga, Mr. Price, was allegedly responsible for DThang. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could literally backfire where you did get the wrong one based on he say, she say. Or you could look at this another scenario. Maybe Mr. Price was guilty. Maybe them boys was like, nah, nigga, we know you already, cuz. Like, we know officially it's you. So, like, with the cousin, maybe she feeling for her cousin right now. They done killed her cousin. And she's looking at the main people to blame for this is the cops. Because if it's true, bro, like, I don't care which side. Y'all can say what y'all want about this story. I mean, all this is, you know, guesstimations and what we seen, what we working with and being given. But if you sit back and it's true that these cops actually brought the killers for this man, Mr. Price, to identify if it's them or not. I mean, I've heard of snitching before, but now the cops literally pointing the finger at this the guy who's gonna identify you. I mean, it don't take two to tangle, bro. You set that man up. And look, I don't know what's going on, if he's the one responsible for killing DThang, but if this was a failed retaliation, this kind of fucked up. And not only that, you got the cops helping do this. So the cops are literally supply and demand for the streets. We know this already. I'm not implying that OTF is working with the cops and the cops working with them. I'm not implying none of that. But there are dirty cops out there. Dirty cops that use dirty tactics to take dude and them down every day. Folks in them ain't innocent. I ain't saying that. I ain't out here to I plead the fifth and all that. Nah, bro, I'm just doing a video and telling you what it is, bro. Now, the cousin, when she said, my cousin was at home with his wife and kids when someone shot him through the window, I want to know, how did they even know he was home at that time? And what are you doing with your blinds and windows? Is this like the Partridge families? Do y'all got y'all windows wide the fuck open for everybody to see what y'all doing inside? I be getting on my wife with that. Like, we ain't gonna even give you a creep of a vessel to look inside what's going on in the house, because you give them the ammunition to get you before you can up it on them. So that's, if you know you out here, Mr. Price, rest in peace to you. You know what it is. You know you was just in a situation with shooters and steppers involving your child. Why is the windows is accessible for killers to look through it and be able to hit you from that window? That's all I'm saying. And now I'm gonna go deeper, like police. How is that the fact that the cousin got this information? And if it's true that the cousin got this information and they're bringing charges to you, I feel the cousin's life is endangered now. Not only with the shooters, it's in danger with the cops, because if the cops are bringing killers to your house for you to identify, I'm pretty sure that's a violation in their regulations some way, somehow, gang. Now, they bringing these folks to your house, you know what I'm saying? Like, for you to verify, there was no chain of command. Nobody jumped through it to be like, whoa, whoa, we can't do this. We can't mix and match these folks together. Like, where was the leadership? What was, somebody failed at, man, Mr. Price. At the end of the day, whether you want to believe in get back or not, but what if it's the wrong get back? What if this get back ain't the right one? And how many more get backs were the wrong ones because of he say, she say, or blogs and misinformation? That's why if I have a misinformation, I make sure I give clarity and I say this is allegedly or such and such. And if we have a follow-up, we follow through with the actual situation where people don't get arrested, but where motherfuckers ain't getting drilled out here based on he say, she say. So if Mr. Price's cousin is telling the truth, then we got a deeper case on this, bro. Like, it's deeper than what you think, because Price is 39 years old. I think he's still around the age of certain activities you can do at 39 years old. I'm not trying to say he was this or that dude, but according to her, he was just at the peace rally. You know, she called it a basketball. It was a basketball game. Stop the violence. So my man's Mr. Price is looking like he care about what's being portrayed out there. He care about his community because he got his kids involved with this. So maybe he was a good man. That's what I mean. Some get backs kind of went left. We don't know, bro. I can't be making speculations, but I'm going off what the cousin gave us. We did a live on it. I wanted to do an upload to break this down the right way. We might have a failed retaliation, allegedly. You got to look at it for what it is. Like, rest in peace to DThang. Rest in peace to everybody involved. I know eye for an eye needs to be enacted when your loved ones get hurt, killed, or whatever. But we also got to think about when it's innocent people involved. And I'm not even tying this case together. This is the cousin who said they tied her cousin in retaliation to the OTF DThang being killed. This is not BlessOne nor IsmokeHiphop that said Mr. Price was the one they retaliated. I didn't say any of this. This is his people speaking up, that bloggers and everybody else are saying he is the one who did DThang. Pause. You know what I mean? So I had to make clarification because people are sending me this info, people who are connected to this man's family. I'm a journalist. I'm going to do it the right way. Look, you want more hard-hitting facts and information like this, news like this, hit that like button. I'm turning up, gang. I feel like I don't care about how many subscribers we get and all that. The news got to be fresh. The news got to be authentic. That's the only way we're going to do it over here. News got to be authentic, bro. No ifs and buts. Look, like I tell you on every video, gang, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. Make sure you hit that like button and share this video. Always remember to share the video. Look, love your family, love your kid, and stay blessed, gang.